My name is Bill Haley, and this is for competitive government. Now, oftentimes people will ask, Bill, what is competitive governments? How does that work? I see so many problems with it. What is the system? How does that work? So let's go over the basics, and we'll try to do about 5 minutes and give you the background of what competitive governance is. I'm not even going to go through the full bullet points. I have a lot of videos doing that, and obviously go to my website. I'll give you my website in a second, Haley2024.org, and you can see all the different bullet points on that. So the basics of it: a dozen different competitive governments. Just gather with 5% of your fellow citizens and create your own government. So let's just start with this. It's at the local level, state level, and the federal level. So let's just stay with the state level for right now. Your state government, not just one, you have a dozen. You only deal with one, the one you pick. So once you gather around with at least 5% of your fellow citizens, you can create your own government. So I'm predicting there'll be about a dozen. So roughly 8% on each one. Some will be all the way up to 15, 16, 17%. Some will be down to the 5 or 6%. So then they only govern you. Highly important to understand. They only govern you. Once you pick them, and businesses get to pick their own as well, then the government only governs you. You pay taxes to only your government. Now, there will have to be some cooperation. A few things will have to be at the monopolized sector board level. So over top of all these competitive governments will be a societal oversight board. And that's just to make sure each government is doing things properly. You're not causing negative externalities. You're taking care of what you're supposed to be taking care of. Education or police or whatever the case is. We'll go over all those in a second. And you have to cooperate with other governments out there. So there has to be some significant cooperation. And in every area of government, that cooperation and that hierarchy and different things will take different shapes for different functions of government. So let's go over a little bit more. People will rightfully ask about all the different issues. How will this happen? How will that happen? All the hundreds of problems created by this. Totally understandable. People have asked me, Bill, how would you do that? How would they do this? How would they take care of this? Each government, just like they do now, every government has to take care of all the hundreds of different problems that they see and that they deal with. And they have to do legislative, they have to do it executive, they have to do it judicially through the courts. They have to take care of the different issues. Every government will take care of it for their members, for their government. And obviously governments are going to look at what other governments are doing, and they're going to see what works good, what works poorly, and they're going to either try to emulate the better ones. Or they might just totally disagree with what good looks like. Obviously, Democrats and Republicans, conservatives and liberals, progressives and libertarians, they all have significantly different ideas, not just how you should do something, but what the end goal should look like. So every government will handle things for their own members, and they will go after the goals that they want. Each one will set out its own mission statement. So I want to split government power into 30 sectors, so you have a government in each sector. So in the charity system, you're going to have, because we get rid of all welfare, all government welfare altogether. We go to a charity system. So you're going to pick your charity that you want to go with. Now you have to go with a charity. You have to fund a charity. A lot of these, you have to join a government per sector. So you have to still be involved in everything. You're still mandatory to pay money to the government that you pick, but you get to pick it. All the different governments are not going to have the same tax level. The ones that have more taxes coming into it, the higher percentages and the more money going toward it, they have the money to give more benefits. The one that wants to go very low, more libertarian-like, low taxes, they're going to have a lot less benefits. But they still have to take care of or make regulations or tell their people, You cannot create negative externalities. You have to take care of these things in the free enterprise system or on your own. So you're going to have your own police contract with a police business, a comparative governments and police. You're going to have your own prison contract where you pay money towards prisons to help lock up the people who need to be locked up. You're going to have healthcare systems, competitive healthcare systems. You get to pick which healthcare system you want to go with. Your neighbor gets to pick theirs. Banking system. You get to pick which banking system you want to go with. Your neighbor gets to pick theirs. Obviously, there needs to be some cooperation, so we have one currency, and I have that set up. Education's competitive school board. You pick the school board that you want. Your neighbor picks the school board they want for their children. Your ways to do sales taxes to fund the military. That needs to be monopolized to a large degree. Even though we have competitive military, the commander-in-chief needs to be monopolized. The top diplomat needs to be monopolized over everybody. They can't have competitive on some of that. We still have competitive, but they have a hierarchy where the hierarchy and the monopolized system is more in charge. Competitive roads. You pick out your competitive roads. We're going to have private roads. Land and water. That's property rights on land and water, and what you can do and who owns what piece of land and what piece of water. So there's a lot there. So there's a lot to competitive government, and the main thing is once you pick your competitive government, they will govern you. And how will they take care of problems? They will take care of problems the way they take care of problems. Our current government takes care of problems now, maybe not the best, but when they don't take care of it the best, you don't have an option of going to another unless you want to move states, which some people do. People are leaving California to Tennessee or Florida. Some people are going the other way. Some people want to go into a more liberal state. Some people want to go into a more red state. Some people want to go to the blue states. Some people want to move to New Hampshire, where the libertarians have I think they call it a free state project, where they want to have a free state and get enough libertarians in there to vote. It's not exactly working all the way right now, but hopefully they can make that happen. But I want them to have a competitive government without having to move. So within your state, you gather around with 5%, and surely the libertarians can get 5% to say, I want low government. And for those 5-10% of people who join that, they can have that low government. Now, they're going to have to take care of the issues that themselves. Hey, we don't want public school. Well, you still have to educate your children. So that doesn't stop. A lot can be found at Haley2024.org. Until the next video.